Are you ready to quit your 9 to 5 job and start a business of your own? Well, you're in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Second Act Success Career Podcast. I am your host, Shannon Russell. I am a former television producer turned business owner, career transition coach, and boy mom. My mission is to help you produce your best life. This podcast will teach you how to get from where you are now to where you want to be, and how to build a business that fits your life and lights you up. Let's get started. Hey there, and welcome. This is a quick episode. I wanted to just wish you a very happy holiday and wish you the best going into 2025. I'm sure that the past couple of weeks, with the kids being home and holidays and juggling family and events and festivities, has been overwhelming. But I hope it's been fun, and I hope you've had a chance to really reflect on 2024 and what you've been able to accomplish. Whether you've already achieved your second act, whether you're figuring out what your second act is, or whether you're in the process of really building it, I want you to know that you are seen and heard and appreciated for all of the work that you're doing. Just taking the time to better yourself and start over in life and start creating something in the second act that is going to fulfill you and light you up is what this is all about. Think about all of the steps you have taken up until this point to get you here. And then really appreciate that, because we've all taken steps, whether big or small, to get us to where we are now and who we are now. And it's important to really reflect on that and appreciate it, because you've come so far. The fact that you're listening to this show, the fact that you're trying to figure out what you're going to be doing and where you want your life and your work and your career to go is really admirable. As I step back and I think about this past year, I have so much to be grateful for, so much to be proud of. Although for a lot of my small business owner friends and I, it's been a difficult year. The market has been changing, and we've had to adjust in the ways that we market our businesses on social media. And it's just been a really trying year for a lot of people. So I know a lot of people in my circle are really looking forward to saying goodbye to this year and saying hello to a fresh start in 2025. If you're feeling that, I'm with you. It definitely had its ups and downs. For me in 2024, there are a lot of aspects of my business that took off and really grew, which was fantastic. But there are other areas of my business that maybe didn't really take off the way I thought they would. There were elements of my coaching business that I had to let go of or change a little bit, but it was all part of the learning curve. It's all part of growing a business and figuring out what your clients want, or your customers if you're a product based business. But just that idea of learning and reinventing and knowing that not everything is going to take off the way you want it to, and that's okay. So for me, I look back at this year as really a learning year, a year of me saying, wow, I've accomplished a lot. And for those of you who don't know, this year I actually sold my franchise business. I had been in the process of trying to sell it for well over a year. It started to finally come to fruition last spring, but I actually didn't sign papers and sell it until the fall. It was a really long process for me, but I'm so, so proud that I was able to really take that first business of mine after I left my career in television. I opened this franchise, grew it, ran it for over 8 years, and was able to sell it while it was hot, while it was booming. I was able to sell the business and say, whew, I can walk away. I can focus on my clients and my coaching and my podcast and my book and all of the elements of second act success that really are where my heart was leading me. I talk about checking the boxes a lot here on the show, and I had checked that box in that franchise business. I had done it, learned, grown, succeeded, and then checked the box and said, okay, let's really take the time to grow my coaching business that has already been around for several years, but take it to that next level. So that was a huge accomplishment for me in this past year. Also, my other huge accomplishment is that I wrote a book, and I've talked about that here on the show as well, but it was something that I had wanted to do for quite some time. was mulling over the idea. I took the plunge in March of last year, or maybe it was February, started writing the book, and here we are. It is finished. I'm working on the cover, I'm working on the audiobook, and getting it ready for release in early 2025. That is an accomplishment that I have been working on my entire life, if you think about it. So I'm really proud of Start Your Second Act. That is my book, and it will be out in the coming months. I was also able to begin speaking on stages this year and spreading my message about really taking that leap and leaving your career to start a business and take that leap in your second act. And so this year really has been an incredible year for me in that sense, too, of really kind of getting out of my comfort zone and being able to share my message on bigger stages for more women to get to know me and my mission and see that they can too start something new no matter what age they are. And of course, this podcast. I absolutely love the podcast. I love the feedback that I get from you all. It makes me so excited to see what's to come with our amazing guests and what I can share. And I love your feedback so that I know exactly what kind of content you're looking for and I can bring that to you. Also, in this past year, I started a second podcast. I started the How to Quit Your Job and Start a Business podcast. That's a limited series podcast of 20 episodes, 20 and done. That was a really hard project to take on because it was a lot of content, 20 episodes that I recorded all at once and released all at once for you. And again, the feedback has been really incredible. So, another thing to be proud of in 2024. However, the point of this episode is to reflect. So I hope in hearing me reflect a little bit about this past year will get you to reflect as well. You might think that you didn't accomplish much, that there's not really much to write home about in this past year, but you're wrong. Take a pad out, write down what you are proud of. Maybe it's a vacation with your family, maybe it's an accomplishment at work, maybe you've started a business and you've jumped over that first hurdle. Whatever it is, write it down and reflect on it. Be proud of yourself and say, okay, this is what I did. Let me check the box on 2024 and let's move into the new year with a fresh slate. It is wide open for you and you control your future. So by writing down your wishes and goals for 2025, they can be tangible for you to look at. You can put them on the wall in your office, put them on a Post-it note on your monitor or your laptop screen, and just know that it is possible and that these are your goals that you are now working towards. The next episode of the podcast is all about planning for 2025 and how you can pick those 3 goals and really achieve them with actionable steps. So we'll get to that in the next episode. But for this one, I wanted to keep it short. I just wanted to pop in and say I am proud of you for all that you have accomplished in this past year and to keep going, to know that you deserve to build the life that you want, the life that fits you in this stage of your life. Where you are right now, you can build a business, you can build a future based on what it is that you want, your priorities, your goals, your life. Feel free to send me a message. You can DM me on Instagram at Second Act Success or write a review on Apple Podcast. I would absolutely love to hear how this past year has been for you, what you're working towards in the coming year, and how I can serve you better in 2025. Thank you for listening, my friend. It means the world to me, and I'm wishing you a happy and healthy year ahead. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found some gems of inspiration and some takeaways to help you on your path to Second Act Success. To view show notes from this episode, visit secondactsuccess.co. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. Reviews only take a few moments and they really do mean so much. Thank you again for listening. I'm Shannon Russell, and this is Second Act Success.